love you so much.
I love you too.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Yes, how did you approach the parents?
Okay,
You knew well how my family was feeling, so what did you do?
Yeah.
okay, it wasn't easy, especially from the Mennonite church she used to go to. She was a Mennonite up to now, right?
Which is a little bit confusing, but Amish and Mennonite are kind of the same, but Mennonites are more liberal as far as they're allowed to drive cars, have electricity, have bought-in clothes, they're allowed to fly. Amish are not even allowed to fly in airplanes. So the Mennonites that are here, the missionaries with, they're Mennonites, not Amish.
Okay.
So they're kind of cousin religion.
For me, and you know, it was so hard. Like, I love this lady, and there's no way I could be able to have her unless I join the, like,
You joined their religion, yeah?
they are joining their religion. Like I said, it wasn't easy, so we used to sneak most of the time, going to a park to meet, and like we said earlier, it went for a while. Then it reached a point where I was like,
Probably a good 6 months.
yeah. Then I just told her that you just need to tell your parents about our relationship.
I'm like, oh, me, me, okay. They kind of had discovered throughout our time, because I was very secretive with my phone. I didn't want them to see his good morning sweetheart to me. So when I was charging the phone, I would turn off the Wi-Fi. But at one point my dad saw me texting in church, so he just asked me after church, who are you texting with? And so I just named a few other friends that I was also texting with. Then he's like, was there anyone else? So they had become suspicious somehow. So I got caught like 2 or 3 times until my phone was taken away from me. And then I was bound to the house, cooking, cleaning on repeat. I was not allowed to leave the house. But that was just before I went home, for a month or 2.
But I think it was after we had told them about you and I, right?
No, that was still before. They kept on telling me, like, don't text with him. So the first time they told me, I just deleted his number, blocked everything, and he didn't know what happened to me.
She went missing.
Probably a good 2 months.
How was that for you?
It was really painful.
Yeah, I knew she left for
Out of the country.
yeah.
So after that happened, it was around this time of the year. It was around Christmas. My brother and I went swimming, and I had bought him a certain red shirt as a gift for him. And I just saw the back of this man with a red shirt, and I was swimming, and I was like, wow, that really looks like him.
And for me, it was like,
Yeah, tell your side.
she looks like
You were the
Archer.
one?
He was
Yeah.
there.
No,
After
okay, I
not
wasn't
seeing each other.
I wasn't swimming. I just walked in.
He was with some
by the pool?
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were with some friends on the side.
That's how
So
universe works, yeah?
I was looking at him like, that really looks like him. And he kept on looking at me, but he had
let
never...
me tell you about this.
Yeah.
So the thing is, for the Mennonites, especially the ladies, they wear like a long dress, like a plain with a head covering.
Something on our head.
Let's say like the Catholic,
Kind of like the
the
Catholic
nuns, the
sisters.
sisters, exactly.
They don't actually
So
wear
they are
something
here,
like this.
yeah.
They cover it completely.
So the whole time that we've been dating, like seeing each other, I didn't like I've never seen her hair like all the time. It was just up. So I walked by the pool and I saw these Mzungu ladies sitting on the other side of the pool, and she looked familiar, but because the hair was like all this long,
You were like,
yeah, and she was like this, and I was like,
And it's funny, I kept
it
seeing
actually
him
bothered me, like-
coming back, looking by the pool, acting like he's not looking at me. Then he go back, and I was afraid he was upset because I had just blocked him, and that was the end of our talking. So I didn't want to go talk to him because I didn't know if he was upset or not.
Yeah, so it was just
Finally, I think I called you to come over
Finally,
because the
I-
third time he
yeah,
came
exactly.
up looking again around the pool.
then I saw someone just come, like from a distance.
And then,
I walked and yeah, I was like,
thank you God.
thank you God.
So we started talking. My
Yeah.
brother, like I said, my brother was with me, but he was shooting a YouTube video somewhere that day. He wasn't right there. So we talked a little while, and then he told me he'll walk me out to the gate, and then he was like, you know, I didn't know what happened to you. I thought you went missing. Can I have your number? Like, I just really need your number again. So
Because by that time, I think we were
Gave
just
him my number.
texting via Instagram.
So there I started texting now for the second time. So I got caught 2 more times that my parents asked me like, are you texting with him? Are you text? Until the third time they took my phone away. I don't know what happened. It's all kind of blurs together, the timeline of everything. But at some point I took my dad out for supper and I told him, you've been after me about this man that I'm texting and I'm done. I love him.
Love him. I don't care.
And I'm not done the way you want me to be done, but I'm done. I'm done hiding it. If I'm not allowed to date him, then at least let me go home. I don't want to be in the house cooking, cleaning on repeat, not allowed to leave. I'm 23, I need to have a life. Let me go home. But yeah, I just told him, we are in love, that's it. And I told him, and I'm not sorry that I'm in love with him, because before I could always cry and, Sawa, let me delete his number. Yeah, that time I told him, no, I'm not sorry that I love him, I'm sorry that I've hidden it for so long. That's the only thing I'm sorry for. So
His response?
he was shocked about my boldness and that my decision was that much made up. But he told me, I'm glad you told me. I'd rather be involved than you elope and I'm not involved. But my mom was not quite the same. He went home and told her, and the next morning, like, I honestly thought maybe someone died, something happened, like she was crying. So it was really hard on them, really hard on them. Just for the fact that I was always a good girl, right? Then I come to Kenya and Jakisi here messed me up in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way,
Yeah, so I was always that trustworthy girl, that girl they can depend on, and to know that I was getting to know this man behind their backs without their approval, it was a lot for my mom. I really disappointed them in that way. Yeah.
Wow.
They told me that it's obvious I have to go home, but my dad told me, go home, don't communicate with him all the time, which anyway, just every morning and evening. But anyway, I went home, I was sent back home, and he told me, if you go home, in 6 months from now, our term is up, we are also coming home. If you give me another 6 months at home, that's 1 year of not seeing him. Mom and I will come back with you to research about him. But first I want to know that this is not a fling, a crush. If you can go 1 year and you guys are still committed to each other,
Then I will allow
then
you.
I'll look into it. Yeah. So that's how it went. I went home, they stayed here, went and got a job. We tried to talk. I was going to work while he was going to bed. It was hard. Time
Yeah.
differences.
Okay, for me, I think they just came to know about it, like, as time goes by. Like, I never broke any news to them. It was just like, okay, the thing is, I used to talk so much on the phone at night, and they could even tell me like, why are you always so much on your phone, like making phone calls? And
It just reminded me where I was when you were on the phone. Because you guys are probably asking, how was he talking a lot on the phone? So for me,
Is it?
I was in the compound, right, in the house with my whole family. So I used to lock my doors because ever since the thieves came, everyone would lock their bedroom door. So I locked my bedroom door, put the fan, a big fan in front of the door, put a towel over the fan to make the engine make more noise. Then I would go into my closet, I had a small chair, and I would put a blanket over my head, and that's how we talked for even 3 hours straight.
Inside a closet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I could post this picture, they were like, oh, Kevin is, Koree is having a Mzungu friend.
Or he
like-
would put me in his WhatsApp
So-
profile.
I think they just came, it was like a,
Planted.
slowly then. Yeah, it wasn't like, boom, like attacking them like, I'm dating a Mzungu, you see.
Yeah.
They kept their word. They came back
Okay.
with me. We spent 5 weeks in Kisumu with him, meeting his family, his brothers, seeing where he works, going to church with him. Like, they just spent 5 weeks with the binoculars on him,
Yeah. Wow.
seeing who is this man. Because I remember telling my sister, I want my parents to come to Kenya, yes, and to meet him and to see what they think. But at this point, even if they tell me no, I don't want them to know, but I'll probably go ahead with it because we were sure about each other. And they didn't have that much of a solid case as to why they didn't want me to marry him. So I assume if someone doesn't have a reason, then why should I halt my plans?
Koree?
So
No, it was like-
wasn't the same trip my parents had come with that we got proposed. We were allowed to start officially dating on that trip. So I went home for 7 months, then I came back. That's when we got engaged.
Okay.
Yeah, then we started now planning the wedding and all that. But from when my parents came, they approved our relationship officially.
How was
Yeah,
the
that was
proposal?
the main thing. First, to make sure that we are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Like they,
But I think also my dad saw things leading up to. He was the one to accept it quickly
Yeah.
compared to maybe some of the other family
Men are
members.
flexible compared to women. Right?
Yeah.
With this
So
ones,
he told me, like, if I see the things that are happening to you, for example, when I was stuck in the house, cooking, cleaning on repeat, I would be allowed to go to town if I went with one of my brothers or my dad. Every time, and I'm saying every time I went to town, we would walk past each other from here to that banana tree. Walking past, and we couldn't talk to each other.
and I remember this day. There's a certain day she almost knocked me while crossing the zebra crossing.
I was in a van, the mission van, and he was walking past,
Yeah, and I was like looking at her.
smiling.
Yeah, and you're with someone, right?
One of the bishop's daughter.
And she didn't know about.
And she didn't know about him, and she's like, "What's wrong with that guy? Move on!" And I'm like, "Hold up, who are you talking to?" But I just kept quiet. But it was just funny how it was at least 4 different times during the time I was housebound that I would go to town with someone else, and I would just walk right into him. And so I would come home and tell my dad, "I'm not hiding anything anymore. I met him in town." And he's like, "Did you plan it?" And I was like, "No, it just happened." And I remember one day he was like, if this thing keeps on happening, I might believe that there's something into this, because you guys don't plan and you just meet up at the supermarket and on the zebra crossing, and like, so that's one thing that really helped convince my dad
Okay.
a lot.
she must know now. You're
Like-
getting married.
Like a white lady from the US wanting to marry an African.
Man.
For Kenyan men, I don't know about African,
Yeah,
but for
Kenyan man. Sure.
Kenyan
for
man,
Kenyan
sure.
men, I can just say that get to know them, take your time. We took like 2 years just dating before we got married. Take time and come here. Don't just depend on maybe a dating website or Facebook or something, but make sure that the person is willing to meet up in person, and don't send any money until you've met in person.
Okay, this goes to the men.
Yeah.
If you want to marry a white lady, don't always be like put money aside, and don't love them because you want like a passport or a visa or something, or maybe a soft life. Just be you. If you love someone, just love them the way they are, not because of these things that I've talked about. Yeah. Actually, we started our YouTube channel after our wedding, and we wanted to show other people our lifestyle. Cynthia.
Yeah, and also people at home were asking me like, Sylvia, we want to see your life in Africa, what you're up to, and we know you won't call us every week. Just start a channel. So that like 3 months after our wedding, we started a channel, and it just kind of became a blog for family and friends at home to watch, see what we're up to.
Basically, that is the reason why we started
Yeah.
our YouTube channel, just to show people our life in Africa.
What's your YouTube channel?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you say that
Okay.
because I have mine.
So our YouTube channel is called Sylvia and Koree Bichanga, and I'm on Instagram as Sylvia_Bichanga.
Koree Bichanga.
Yes, and then he has his own channel as well.
Yeah, so I started my channel. Actually, it was there like long time ago. It has been there for almost 3 years. Then it went dormant for quite some time. Then recently, like a month ago, like 2 months, I think 2 months ago,
Over the elections.
yeah, I decided to start posting like videos, and right now it's doing good. And my YouTube channel it's Koree the Traveler. Just because I love to travel a lot.
He's an Uber driver, so he gets to.
Yeah, so I decided like I should show people like these different places that I usually visit. So that's the reason why I started like that channel.
Okay, I'm on Instagram at Sylvia_Bichanga, so you can always DM me on Instagram if you want to reach out. Yes.
Okay, in Instagram you can find me at Koree_the_traveler, or maybe you can just type Kelvin Bichanga, and yeah.
Yes. You guys, make sure to subscribe to her channel. If her channel is like ours, you find so many people are watching but they're not subscribing. So take a moment, go hit the subscribe button to her channel.
Like and share too.
Yes.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Notification bell, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
babe.
I love you so much.
I love you too.